Hello everyone, welcome back to the Replay Studio. We are here with another episode of The Witcher, episode 5. Last time on The Witcher, Jaskier the Bard is finally back. Well, he was back momentarily to help Yennefer on her way to Sintra. And then he was somehow taken. We didn't see what took him, but I imagine, maybe he got arrested for being the Sandpiper or something, smuggling out elves. Probably comes with a hefty cost. So probably execution. So we'll see what happens there. I imagine we'll see more of him since we didn't see him for most of the season so far. We went to Kermorhen and we got a lot of Triss, and I'm actually enjoying Triss quite a bit more now than I did in season 1. We didn't get a whole lot of her in season 1 actually, just that one contract that Geralt was on. And then after that we didn't see her, but it appears quite a bit has taken place since that contract, and she's been to Kaer Morhen before. She knows all the Witchers there because Vesemir had invited her there. And again, writers, I wish I could have seen a lot of that, And again, this just goes back to some of my criticisms that I had in season 1, where I felt as though a lot of things weren't as organic as it could have been. Her relationship with Geralt, I wish I could have seen that relationship. The same thing happened with Geralt and Yennefer. I don't believe I saw that relationship, or at the very least, how that relationship changed Geralt. All I saw was one moment. Didn't see anything after that. So I wish we had gotten to see a lot of that instead of just hearing about it. Some things, they can skip and we don't need to see them, but I feel for these particular characters, we kind of need to see their relationship with Geralt and how those relationships were built. So I thought that was a missed opportunity, but the more Triss, the better. As I've said, Triss was usually my choice in the video games when you're doing the choice between Triss and Yennefer, because Yennefer in the video games, she's not a very good person in my mind, and she treats Geralt like a pet. So I've never had any favor towards her. I've always liked Triss. Here in this adaptation, I love Yennefer. Do not like Yennefer's choices. She makes terrible decisions and then complains about those decisions when they don't work out. But still love her. I'm liking Triss the more I get off Triss, because we didn't get a whole lot of her in season 1, and I want more for her than for her to just be pining after Geralt for the entirety of this series. So I do hope we move on from that. Geralt and Istrid are about to have a very awkward conversation. So it'll be interesting to see how that actually works out. So I'm looking forward to that the most. But there's one of the kingdoms is about to make a move on Sintra. Hopefully, Yennefer and the White Flame guy gets there before that happens. Not sure how they change the tide much, since Yen has no powers, and he seems to have been largely forgotten. But Fringilla is still a powerful mage, so good luck to them on trying to take Sintra. And of course, the huge bomb that was dropped at the end of the last episode was, Vesemir suggesting that they use Ciri's blood now that they discovered that she has elven blood, to use her to create more Witchers. I do hope. I don't see anyone agreeing to this. I don't see the other Witchers agreeing to this. I don't see Geralt agreeing to this. I don't see Triss agreeing to this. So it's curious to see why. I'm curious to see why Vesemir even suggests such a thing, especially after the events of Nightmare of the Wolf. So very curious. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. So let's check it out.
There is one thing in this hellish world I cannot abide. Just wasted time.
Okay, so a mage. Who is she?
Don't be so sour, Rience.
There's a girl.
Rience. That name sounds familiar.
My sources tell me she was last seen at a market on the outskirts of Sodom.
So if she was a member of Calanthe's court, how is she alive, or is she still here?
I have no interest in owing a favour to MILF Nilfgaard's false god.
How fortunate then for us both that I'm not working for Nilfgaard.
And who are you working for?
Foltest has fortified Bruges beyond recognition. Brokilon.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Oh.
Stay back!
I hate portals. Hey, she left the ship?
Anyone who's coming with us, get on board! This is the last
Oh.
call!
I mean, even if she does find Yaska, how is she gonna help him? She has no
Is anyone
power.
there? Well, that's unsettling. A humble bard.
So is that some sort of
Or
flashback
if this is about
to
your
what
wife,
was
your mistress,
happening before?
niece,
It's
then
weird.
I
That was a
can
weird cut.
promise you that wasn't me. I've never met them. You've got the wrong man.
Oh, it's Rance. The snapping. Okay.
Fucking.
Isn't he after
yes, yeah.
Siri? So why is he? Okay. I thought it was after Siri, so I don't see what his interest in Yasker would be.
I need your help. You're a witcher. And you're a monolith expert.
Respect, Mr. Rivia. I'm trying to help elves find refuge here. You have any idea how completely fucking insane you sound?
Caught you ahead, Mr. Rivia.
Would you like to make some money on your feet instead of your back?
Does she even have any money?
I could be convinced.
Not that kind of favor.
Go to the garrison and see if any little shitbirds under the name of Yaskia have been caged.
You go to all that trouble paying someone for such a simple task.
Half an hour.
And then she figures out who you are and she turns you in for a wanted for the sum on the wanted poster.
Never actually seen this.
Alright, so they're gonna answer my
Plant
questions.
they didn't allow access.
And Nilfgaard did.
What are you saying?
You only came here to study monoliths?
No, I came here to help you out.
On the surface of it, there seems to be a bit of a conflict there.
I suppose you only believe in helping the vulnerable if there's coin in it.
Everyone has an
Touche.
agenda.
Likewise, Witcher.
Back on the road!
It's alright. It's alright. I'm an official researcher for Fringilla Vigo. It all checks out.
I don't give a shit! You're trespassing, Nilfgaard! Hey, you! Stay where you are! Stay where you are!
There, Horsey. You didn't do anything. Just throw him off your back and ride free. And she's gonna need to learn to control her powers, so need to do a bit of both.
Are we going to talk about
There's
this?
nothing to talk about.
The hell there isn't.
And you want to do it again, Vesemir?
She is a living, breathing girl, not some tool for you to use when you're desperate.
I'm not desperate. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, be hopeful with her. Train her. Not create some new monsters to hunt monsters. Agreed, Triss, I agree.
If we do this, it's because she wants to.
What benefit is there to creating more Witchers? You know? They've been down this road before. And I am still curious to know, because there should be more Witcher schools, right? And all the Witchers that were wiped out should only be from the School of the Wolf. So I'm curious to know where, if we're going to be seeing the other schools or not, or if they even exist. Or
No one by the name of Yaskia. Oh, I feel you, sister.
might not be bad advice.
I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting this. So tight-lipped about your old friend, the Witcher.
I mean, he's a mage. Shouldn't he just be able to look into his memories and see that he doesn't know? I don't think torture is necessary unless he just likes to torture people.
Where they are. I don't know where they're going, and I don't know why you're doing this to me.
Such a shame you can't be useful. See, fire is a forbidden source because it usually consumes those that draw from it. Unless you're very talented.
So he's using fire magic, which is supposed to be forbidden.
Consumes his soul.
Please, I don't know anything.
No.
Just makes shit up.
I knew I'd find you here, you lazy lout. Leaving me at home to rot.
This is my wife. She has nothing to do.
Interesting. He doesn't know Yennefer.
No, please don't hurt! Just leave her alone, please! She's done nothing!
Sticky situation. Ship's gone. Need to hide out now. I think he's gonna try to coerce her into trying to agree to this, which it's not right, Vesemir.
Destroyed everything. Then, 300 years ago, mages weaponized men, mutated them with elixirs. You know why there are fewer of us each winter, Siri? Because when Kaer Morhen was destroyed, so was the mutagen that allowed us to make new witches.
I don't like where this is going.
Been sprouting all over the training course.
Yeah. Something bad is brewing out there. With a vial of your blood, we could protect generations to come.
By doing what? Slaughtering other children?
On one condition.
Of course she's gonna say yes.
You have to test it on me first.
Because he knows it's gonna not everyone survives it. But you'll take the chance with other people's kids. And even if, you know, I don't know, none of this is really sounding practical, because what she's suggesting, even if it does work, which I know they won't do, but even if it does work, it would mutate her blood at the same time. I don't think she'd still be able to provide anymore, but I guess they could just use whatever blood she gives before.
Let me help heal something for once.
Yeah, and I still don't agree with her doing this. I don't think Geralt would agree to this.
Unbelievable. How could this happen? What could do this? Monsters.
Explain.
All species were separated on different spheres till those spheres merged into one. Now, a conjunction like that would require two things: a massive surge of energy and conduits.
But where did they come from? I can't believe Triss is agreeing to this. Even if Ciri said yes, I would not be doing this unless Geralt says okay. Even then, as a mage, I wouldn't
Igen.
agree to it.
Vis I Fidel.
Very doubtful that it will work on her. It's not going to work on her, but at the same time, I'd be pissed that they tried it.
There. For what?
She wants to be the first.
You neglected to mention that. Ah, she didn't know.
You don't get to play damsel in distress. That's my job.
What's going on here?
Gentlemen,
Are we working this morning, love?
Yep, time to go. Where are these random assholes coming from?
that way, go. Gentlemen, many men have wanted to punch me in the face. Now is your chance. Come on!
Ah, this is quite a mess they found themselves in. These guys are pretty dedicated. What? So what? Yep, she sold her out. I knew it. Yeah, I knew she was gonna do that from the very beginning. The moment she recognized you from the posters, she would sell you out.
I want this so badly, Siri. Because I'm sick of feeling lost.
And this is gonna help how?
Maybe there's another way to find out where your powers came from. It's called a Doldusha.
This might be dangerous, not for her, but for Triss, I imagine. But I guess if she's... Because Vesemir is no help right now. She has no choice. This is the lesser of the two. Probably a better idea to just try and find Geralt. I guess she doesn't know exactly where he is right now. Interesting. I thought she'd be going through like past memories, but she's seeing them as they exist now.
Don't be afraid. Nothing can hurt you here.
Or not. I guess I was wrong because he does not look that good right now. Oh. Oh, wow.
Would you like a story?
Pavetta.
You can see us.
Oh, they can all see you.
This isn't how it's supposed to work at all.
Oh, Dad. Dooney.
We can leave under the cover of darkness.
What are they running away
The
from?
night they died.
Now would be a good time to turn back, Triss.
Happened the same night Sintra felt, the same night as this.
You think this is where the energy surge originated?
Which activated the conduit system, the monolith started talking.
The original spheres are still out there somewhere. And our monoliths are calling to them. Then the monsters aren't new, they're just new to here.
So what, monsters that should have come over from the conjunction and were kind of stuck in between is what they're getting at? Or they were sealed away?
Information.
They mentioned the Wild Hunt again, so I imagine that that's what it's going to end up boiling down to. Ah, come on. I thought it should have moved on from that. Ah, come on. Let's not go back there.
Yennefer.
Now they're kind of pushing Istrid back into the whole love triangle thing, so it's a love quadruple. Don't like that.
Do you know who she is? No.
Ah, the story that was told in episode 1 about the elf and the human who fell in love and had a child that Nivlin was telling. So she's a descendant of that
united our
elf.
race. And now my sweet daughter. You will destroy them.
You cannot help us.
The time of contempt is nigh. The world will die amidst frost and be reborn of the new sun. Reborn of elder blood. Of the seed that has been sown.
Wild Hunt. Oh.
Something is ending. It's because of you.
Why does the Wild Hunt need her though? I don't think they need her to cross over. That is not a rock troll. Yeah, where is that?
Fuck.
Oh, are you serious? I don't think it's gonna work either way, but I can't understand why Vesemir would think this is a good idea.
Geralt.
You know this isn't right, Vesemir. Hold on, portal!
What are you doing?
Geralt?
She's meant to be, to rebuild us. She is not. She's a girl. All you do is...
And this will be?
To be like you. Geralt. I want to be indifferent to the past, to the lies.
No.
That is not how it works. Neither you nor I can just forget who we are.
Messed up, Vesemir. Left her alone for 5 minutes, and you tried to turn her into a witcher. You betrayed his trust. Oh, he didn't go with him. Not gonna get very far. I'm sure it doesn't record the elves.
Stop. Doesn't make any sense.
Queen Fiona of Sintra. I guess we're gonna find out if he's been forgotten or replaced. You should be able to just give them his name and they'll know who he is, right?
You must declare yourself before entering Zindria.
Stand aside.
Fall back in line!
I said stand. Perhaps you didn't hear. I am Commander Mordifrin Abkelek.
Who the fuck are you?
Here.
Yo.
Welcome home.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's too pleased with Elven Alliance.
You're running out of time.
What does this witch want? What does this witch want? She's given the others something. Yen hasn't taken the bait as yet. But what is she getting out of all this? It's gonna be a lot harder getting her out of there.
Behold the motherwood forest. The death is one of the best in trees.
She gave in.
Then you're back to the forest hunt.
delicious.
I managed.
I don't recall the story of the Baba Yaga being in the Witcher games. I don't know if it was something that was mentioned in the books or not. 'Cause I'm pretty certain that's what she's supposed to be. The hut and all that is pretty specific.
Be a guide to get you exactly what you deserve.
And what do you get in return?
Just ask your friends.
I deserve to survive. I've earned it. I deserve access to chaos.
You don't deserve any of that.
I'm the key to you getting your power back.
Oh, interesting.
Great
So
deal.
she's gonna go after Ciri.
All you have to do is deliver me to the right lock.
Alright, episode 5 of The Witcher. Things are getting very interesting. We're learning more and more about what Ciri is, what Ciri is, her lineage, which goes back very far, and it appears to connect to the story that Nivlin told Ciri in episode 1 about the elf and the human that found love, but she didn't seem very lovely in Ciri's memories, you know. She seemed very much angry and wanted the world to burn. They didn't confirm that that's the same elf from Nivlin's story, but I believe it is. I thought it was actually Yennefer before, but now it more closely aligns to Ciri's parenthood, so Ciri's lineage. So yeah, so that's interesting. Yeah, I utterly disagree with what Vesemir tried to do. As I said, yeah, I mean he hesitates at the end because I think he knew it was wrong, and he clearly regrets it, especially because he betrayed Geralt's trust. And you know, initially he said he didn't want to do it because, you know, she's Geralt's child and Geralt trusted him, but he did try to do it anyway. But I think it was a case of his losing his son in Eskel and it leading him to doing something foolish to try and replace him or fill that void. Yeah, which was not a good thing to do. But my whole issue with that ordeal was that they've hinted so much of the events of Nightmare of the Wolf and the sacking of Kaer Morhen. I just don't see that Vesemir decided thinking that this was a good thing to do, especially since his mentor tried to create more Witchers, you know, for the wrong reasons, you know, and so I just don't see that Vesemir deciding this was such a good idea. But I can chop that up to a lapse in judgment because of his grief of losing Eskel and so on. So yeah, Triss saw some stuff. I guess she saw a glimpse of the things to come and what I don't know. She said it's something that, you know, they can't stop, even Geralt can't stop it. But you know, and who knows, maybe that is the case, but it's something that I imagine Ciri has to want to do unless the power somehow can consume her and happens regardless. But I mean, I thought that's what she was going to attempt to do, to try to teach her how to control the powers, but she didn't know the extent of Ciri's abilities. Now she does. She's scared, which is natural. I hope she does come around. I don't know. I don't want the writers to kind of treat the side characters poorly. You know, I saw something with Istrid in this episode that I didn't like, in that them going back to him still being in love with Yennefer and all of that. I don't want them to just add it for the sake of drama and saying, oh look, these two guys are fighting over Yennefer, or they're still pining after Yennefer. I want it to make sense, you know. And back in season 1, they made it clear that Istrid had, you know, Yen came to him and wanted to get back together, and he made it clear that, look, no, this is clearly not what you want, and I'm done chasing after you. And that was it. Why would they undo all of that progress with the character to just create a dramatic? I didn't love that. And then the same thing is happening with Triss, but I do hope this is the first time it's happening with Triss. I do hope she's let that go now and she has moved on from Geralt, and they don't pull an Istrid with Triss later on and she still says, "Oh, I love Geralt," especially because we didn't see how she and Geralt formed a bond to begin with. They had that moment when he saved the princess, but we've not seen them together since. So I can't buy her love for Geralt here, and that is my biggest flaw with the series so far. Is how they're treating the relationships. I'm just not sold on most of them, you know, and because we're not spending the time with these characters to see how they're impacting the other, how they're forming those relationships and those connections. It works with Ciri and Geralt because I am seeing that, but with Triss, as far as Triss and Geralt's connection, I can't buy that because I didn't see any of it happen. The same thing with Geralt and Yennefer. I can't buy that because I didn't see any of that happen. There was a time skip in season 1, and somehow I think it was maybe 10 years they had some on and off relationships, but we didn't get to see any of that, right? We just saw the one moment that they had, or two moments that they had. The wish in the latter one when she realized that that's what had happened. But I just don't. I can't get into those relationships because I haven't seen them happen organically. So that's my criticism. But you know, the stuff with the Wild Hunt and Ciri's connection, and I'm surprised that they've introduced the Wild Hunt this early. They've dropped the name I think in episode 2, and they did it again the last episode. So it's interesting that they've kind of fast forwarded to the Wild Hunt. Again, I'm not sure how it happened in the books, but in the games, the Wild Hunt, you know, they don't appear until Ciri is much older. So I'm curious to see how they tell this story different. I don't mind them doing it a different way. I think sometimes you do need to change the story to fit the medium that you're actually in. And then the books work differently, the novels work differently, and television works differently as well. So I'm open to seeing how they interpret the Wild Hunt. I'm actually interested to see that because we've been waiting for a while to see what the outcome, they've been doing a lot of world building, but there hasn't really been a focal plot point. It's been a mystery for the most part. It's been, okay, Ciri's been hearing these voices and seeing all these visions, but what does all that mean, you know? And for all of season 1, that remained a mystery, and for most of this season has remained a mystery, and we've now seen that you know, it's the Wild Hunt, and I'm assuming they need her, perhaps, I don't know, to destroy the other monoliths so that they can cross over into this realm. We know what they want to come here to do, is to wipe out humans, which, to be honest, they kind of deserve it. While playing the actual video game, even though I was playing as Geralt, I was rooting for the Wild Hunt the entire time. I'm sorry, but yeah, I was rooting for them. Seeing all the atrocities that mankind has committed along the way, they didn't deserve saving. So I was with the Wild Hunt. So they showed a glimpse of them riding in from the visions. I can't wait to actually see that. The budget for this season has been quite impressive. So, and that creature that Geralt and Istrid saw, that looked amazing. So I'm now looking forward to seeing the Wild Hunt and how they'll be depicted on screen for the very first time. That it's gonna look amazing. It's gonna look amazing. Yeah, and then there is Yennefer, who has, I guess, have now accepted the witch's offer. And again, I'm not sure if, I think it's the Baba Yaga, because it just came to memory because I've read a lot of lore and a lot of folklore and stuff like that. And the hut is pretty specific, so I attributed that immediately to her. But they've not said her name in the series so far. But Yennefer, it appears, has taken the offer. I thought the offer was going to be, you give me my powers back and I do something for you. But it's, you have to deliver that child to this person and then I'll give you your powers back. So was she the one? I don't know. Was she the one who took Yen's powers, or she just offered to give her something else, you know, to replace, or some other part to replace that? Clearly, this thing, whatever it is, if it's not the Baba Yaga, whatever it is, has some ulterior motives. And if she's asking Yen to deliver a series to Sintra, then I imagine she's working with the White Flame or with Nilfgaard or something to that effect. We don't yet know, but her motives are aligning pretty well to the White Flame and Fringilla and Kahir and so on. So it has to be. Yeah, but it was quite an entertaining episode, to say the least. Very entertaining episode, and I can't wait to see what they'll be doing with the remainder of the season. So remember to post down below, let me know what your thoughts are on this episode. Hit like and subscribe if you want to support the channel, and I'll see you for the next one.